Well, I'm going to keep this short, but I had to say something. I came across an article a few days ago, I think, maybe 4 days, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Came across an article online that talked about mice having glial cells transplanted into their brains, human glial cells. Apparently, the original test was to see if it would help the brains to heal, and they found that not only did it do that, but the human glial cells basically took over and replaced most of the mouse glial cells. Now, I was just telling that to some people in the Freedom School earlier today, and all this time I've had open another article I haven't had the time to even take a look at, and I got home and I look at this other article. The other article was about people who consume large quantities of alcohol and their brains using more acetate. Now, I didn't know exactly what the chemical was. I hadn't bothered to look it up, but for years I've had a theory, and I've talked with people about it, that that a byproduct of the digestion of alcohol is what the alcoholic's brain was really after. It wasn't the alcohol, that they're really actually craving a byproduct of the digestion of the alcohol. And somewhat more recently, I'm not sure exactly when, but within the last couple of years, I'd say, I've expanded on that to say that that I think that drinking vinegar might help to relieve alcohol cravings. Now, there have been alcoholics in my family. I have never drank alcohol in my life. Don't plan on it. And but I had, as a child, drank vinegar, and somewhat recently went back to it, and this is where, you know, the thought had occurred to me that alcohol and vinegar are made pretty much in the same way. So, at any rate, I want to make a long story short, but as it turns out, I talked to my mom about it, and it turns out my dad used to drink vinegar as well. And I was, you know, thinking to myself that this may be a treatment and even lead to a cure for alcoholism, and here this other study basically verifies what I was thinking, and it turns out that they have actually proven through tests that the brain of the person who has been drinking large quantities of alcohol uses more acetate, which is a byproduct of the digestion of alcohol and of drinking alcohol, and also happens to be well known, and like I said, I wasn't aware of this exactly, but you know, just it does match perfectly that it is in vinegar. Now, of course, if you use distilled vinegar, I don't expect you're going to find it in there. But I mean, like apple cider vinegar or something like that, which falls in line perfectly again with people that claim that taking apple cider vinegar can help relieve stomach acid problems, which I have used it for, which is kind of what led me back into drinking it, because it's like, you know, stomach acid kept kicking up, and I take a little bit of apple cider vinegar and it goes away. Well, it's like, why? You're adding acid to the stomach. Why does the acid go down? Well, now that makes perfect sense, because if your brain is craving something that's in the vinegar, then if it was produced in the process of making vinegar, it's very possible that it can also be produced in the process of the stomach making stomach acid. I don't know that for a fact, but it would make sense. And even if it wasn't the case, it may be that the body's basically making that same mistake of assuming it is possible and just trying it. Well, I was going to keep this short. I'm on 4 minutes already. Anyway, okay, to get to the point, the study is basically saying that they're thinking that drinking alcohol leads to the brain using more acetate. Please, if anybody knows how to reach these researchers, tell them it's the other way around. That the brain is being starved of acetate and gets used to the lack of it, that gets used to the deprivation of it, and accommodates by not using as much. When they get the alcohol back, it's not the alcohol that's doing it, it's the acetate that is relieving the problem, because that's what their brain is after. Now, there might be something more involved, but if anybody can get a hold of them, let them know. They need to look at it the other way around. This is a solution. Thanks.